Hello everyone, this is ACryInShame, bringing you Ancient Frontier. This is a turn-based strategy game. It's based off in space. You take control of spaceships and you fight other spaceships, do different missions, stuff like that. It's a bit of management with combat. So you manage your team, and you upgrade them and add new parts, and then you go to battle. You complete a battle to get new parts and materials, and then you repeat that cycle while playing through a storyline. Now, this game does have a tutorial. You can go ahead and play through the tutorial and it'll teach you everything, but it's really long and drawn out because there's a lot this game entails, and the tutorial kind of covers everything. So if you want to learn how to play the game, the tutorial is the way to go. But today, rather than going through the tutorial and teaching you all the ins and outs of every little piece of the game, like the tutorial does, I'm going to play through the game, show you what the game's all about, and explain it as I go along. I think you'll learn more through it that way and enjoy it a little more. So the Alliance campaign is the beginning campaign. If you do the tutorial, I believe the Alliance campaign, I couldn't tell whether it was Alliance or the Federation of what the tutorial was. It was hard to tell. I had to write down names to see who shows up. We're going to go through the Alliance campaign on this one. Now there are there's different difficulties here, but like I'm saying, just trying to show you the game. So going for the beginner difficulty, going for the Alliance campaign here. These are just save slots. I was testing out some stuff earlier, so that's why there's multiple save slots.
Hey Blake, you have got to try one of these. They are to die for. Blake?
I'm in here.
Ah, there you are, Pookie.
Hey, what's going on? What do I need to try?
Marcia has outdone herself. She made these soft sugar cookies, covered with frosting, in the most delightful colors. Come try one while they are still warm.
In a bit. I'm almost finished here.
What are you doing with those computers anyway?
I've been punching in all the info on the Pandora. This way you can really practice with your ship before we head out.
Oh, Blake, you're not being any fun. I've spent loads of time in simulators. I'm ready to fly her.
Every ship has its own personality, and it's better to be safe than sorry. Tell you what, just run one simulation with the Pandora, and I promise I won't bring it up again.
You know Mummy and Daddy wouldn't have bought any less than the best for me. I'm good.
Please, just one run. Do it for me.
You worry too much. Fine, one run. But I get to eat all the cookies.
Deal.
Alright, so let's go through the simulation. Select ships. So in this menu, I'm going to explain this menu pretty quick. So you have your stats of whatever you're selecting. So right now we're selecting this ship here in our fleet. Our fleet is all of our ships that we have available. The battle units is what's being sent out into battle. So we hit deploy to deploy it into our battle units. And then your deployment cost is material and energy. Now the material is called hydrium, and this is where you build and repair ships with hydrium. Then you have photo energy, which is your fuel for your ships and your colonies. Then you have your data, which is your technology, which allows you to advance in the tech tree. So these are your resources. These are your stats for your ship that you have clicked on. This is a bit of information about your ship, including the fact that it is a hero ship, and during non-mission ventures, so basically these bounty missions, heroes can't go on bounty missions. So can't do that. You can see here from this icon here, this is the capital ship icon. So this is a steel-clad frigate capital ship, and its primary weapon is anti-capital. So this is a capital destroying capital ship, pretty much. So not very good against fighters, which is what she had mentioned, that they're not really good against shooting fighters. So we're going to go ahead and deploy this and launch for mission.
So, what obstacle course am I running?
No obstacles. The simulator is set up for pirate raiders.
Raiders? Like, you know a steelclad isn't designed to take out fighters.
You can always use your torpedoes if they're too hard to hit. It's not like holograms can hurt you. Show me what you can do.
I guess I jumped the gun a little bit there. So that's when she said that, you know, the steelclads can fight fighters. So this is our steelclad right here. These are other little fighter ships. Here, here, and here. And this is an escort ship here. So basically, there are different classes of ships. You have your fighter class, these guys here. You have your capital class, and then you have your escort. So if you hit view detail here, you can see this is an escort class, anti-escort, so it's basically escort, anti-escort. You have your fighters here. This is your heavy fighter and anti-escort. So basically this is a fighter that's good against fighting escorts, not against fighting fighters. So these are pretty much, like, we're going to go fight fighters, but none of our ships are really equipped to fight them. Now, this was a ship they sent in. This is the Pandora. These ships were given to us for this mission. It's kind of hard to tell, but like pretty much if you can see these ships here, you control them. There's an aura around them, like a green aura it looks like. But I'm colorblind, so the green and red are kind of hard to tell. But we're currently controlling this ship. And the bottom left here, you can see this is some of our abilities we can use. This is our guns right here. We have the one gun, the minigun. It does 1 to 3 range, and it can do 4 to 7 damage. And then right here, these dots here, these blue, white dots, I think they're blue, they are your movement. Where these red ones are your actions. So I can move 3 times, and I can shoot once. That's pretty much it. Then these are actions, so like, for instance, if I decide to use thrusters, then I can't shoot, because that was my action. So this guy's all the way down here. I have a pretty decent movement. I can move 3, so I can do 3, 6. I can move right here and shoot him. Let's go ahead and do that. Uh-oh, there's another unit right there. Maybe you don't want to get so close. Now, you can see that these are asteroid fields. If you have your marker next to it, you can see these shields show up. Basically, these shields mean that when someone tries to shoot at you, and you're behind these shields areas, depending on the angle which they're shooting at you, you can get defense bonuses and get reduction of damage. So for this particular case, I can't take on 2 guys by myself. So I'm going to move him back for protection. And then, I don't want to do anything else right now. So in the bottom right hand here, I can do unit done. But there's actually one thing I had thought of. I have this ability here called Sensor Probe. So I can click this ability and I can scan an area on the battlefield to see if there's any units there. So like right here, for instance. So use the scan. You see we have one bad guy over there. So there's a bad dude over there that we're in the fight. So this guy has 1 movement but 3 actions. So we can do thrusters, add to our movement, move down here, and we have a torpedo, range 5, so can't quite hit them, but it has an explosion radius. So we can fire torpedoes here and deal damage to him. 12 damage. Really did some damage to their shield. Notice here, they had 10 shield points, and those shield points are gone now. So that's what that did. That was our only torpedo from these guys. Because you can see on the top right here, it says 0. It had 1, and we fired, now it's 0. But they're probably going to come and attack us back, so we're going to go ahead and turn on our shields. This will give us a boost. Well, actually we can wait, because this will also charge our shields. Our shields are 10, so we can let them hit us, and then we can charge afterwards. We'll just hit done for now. This is our main ship here. Move on down at 2 movement and 3 actions. Now we're not good at hitting these targets necessarily, but we can definitely take their hits pretty easily. So, right here we have auto turret, which is a light autocannon turret for anti-escort. Bad against capital ships. But, since we're not fighting capital ships, and right now it's going to be a case of we're doing fighters, our normal weapon is really, really bad against fighters. It literally says weakest against fighters. Where this gun here Not necessarily. Are these the same? No, they're definitely different. See, range 4. See, heavy autocannons, autocannons. The autocannons we can still use against the fighters without any bonus or any negative. So this is just straight neutral attack. But it's better than just using our main cannons. Got a critical hit on that one. One more action. See, didn't take them down, but we did a lot of damage to them. Right here is our other... There's an escort ship. Move this down here. We'll go ahead and just end our turn. Now this guy here, I want to move him up here to take down this fighter. He's got the one movement, but he's got several actions. So we can do a thrusters. Move him here. Fire the torpedoes right into him. Boom! Shields are gone and did some damage to them as well. AI's turn. Oh, they recharge their shields. Taking some shots at us. Can't scroll in right now. This is all I can do. I gotta wait for it to finish. Coming on in. Charging his shields. Take some shots. Ooh. Critical. 9 damage. Round 2. So it had the shields. So the 9 damage went right to the shields. So there's no real hurt there, but it did do 9 damage. That's got something we gotta think about. We gotta worry. Keep an eye on. Alright, so we got these guys here. I can do a light torpedo between them, hitting both of them. And destroying their defenses here as well, at the same time. Auto turret, pew 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 pew. Down. Auto turret, fire. Down. Nice. Taken care of. Alright. You're the scout, we need to wait for recharge. So 1, 2, 3, not close enough to attack. So let's wait. Oof. It's a lot of damage. There's still someone else in the field somewhere. This way. That took a lot of damage. So we're gonna do a charge shield. Miniguns, if we get close, we can do minigun. Strongest against fighters. So you should be able to do... Move into range. And then this will do minigun. 131% damage. Damage is 1. Shield drain. 4 to 8. Critical hit chance 0. Pew pew pew. That's all I got. Just keep shooting. Shield are down. I can do thrusters. This is pretty thrusters. Move 1, 2. I can take some auto turret. Oh, I'm too far. I'll have to use my big cannon. Will I even hit him? I hit him, but it's not doing anything because it's not such a reduction. It's 40% damage because they're just able to just dodge the hits. Move close. Take a shot. Oof, still alive. Swing around here for defense. Move this guy over here. 1 to 4. I'm trying to look for the other group. There's somebody else out here somewhere. You can see the one enemy here and this question mark. Oh, he didn't shoot? What? He didn't do anything. Gone. Alright. Gravy. Gotta look for this enemy then. Wherefore art thou? Is there sensor probe? They're over here. See if he's over here somewhere. Found him. That's where he is. Time to get him. You're really far away. Let's do thrusters. Catch you up. We got one movement. So, thrusters. There are thrusters here as well. This guy really far up. Like, whoosh. How behind the defenses there? Move up. Remove. Keep the defenses. But I think I'm the bigger ship here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get closer. Just fire away. Daka 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 daka. Daka 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 daka. Nope, too far. Still too slow to do anything. I don't like that it zooms out so far away. There's certain aspects of the game I'd like to have the ability to turn off, like that zoom out, or the clipping back and forth between units, like that. It's really annoying. It keeps like jumping you back. Say like it jumps to it. I don't want that. I don't want it to keep jumping. And these numbers here, you have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. You can just hit the numbers rather than actually clicking on them to use that ability. Right now I'm firing my 2 ability autocannons. Ooh, critical hit! Took out the entire shield and a bit of armor there. Next round. Fire some more. Alright, time to end this with a missile. Boom!
Successful. Unit unlocked.
So, these guys getting experience for participating in the battle. Then we get mission experience, and then we get rewards. 200 of each for this one. And we gained a unit, which is looks like the Maverick Wing, Steel Brute Wing, like these guys, these same type. So those guys with the one movement but fire missiles and stuff, those are the guys we got. Continuing. Alright, so here is your maintenance and stuff, right? So we had 500, we gained 200 of each, so we have 700 of each now. We have our fleet, this is our 2 guys here, we have these 2 ships. So we got our main capital ship here, and then we have these fighters. Right, these are fighters, yep, these are fighters. These are fighters that are anti-escorts. So we can go ahead and check like missions. So you have story missions and continue the story. We have these bounty missions that heroes cannot partake in. So it would only be the Maverick Wing that can go. This guy can't go. She's a hero, so she can't participate in those bounty missions. Then you have simulation missions. Now, the difference between simulation missions and other missions is, right here, losses sustained are not permanent. What does that mean? Well, basically these are used to gain experience. That's it. That's what these are for. You don't get rewards, you don't get anything else, just experience, which is a good training for your guys. But in normal missions, you can lose ships, you can lose fleets, things will die, and that's the permanency of your decisions. So you have to make sure that you make decisions carefully. So this is the missions, this is your resources, and then you can go to buy ships. You can also see a little icon up here for that as well. Here you can actually buy fleets of ships. So this can add ships to your stuff, like you can do the Alliance Ranger, the Alliance Steelclad, which is what we have here. This is our hero Steelclad, right? So we can actually buy another Steelclad. Costs a lot though. Look at that, look at all that cost. That's pretty hefty. I wonder if it'll show, see, if you look right here, in this area here, it'll say deployment cost. So it'll cost us 22 energy every time we use this ship for a battle. If we go to this ship, we can go back to fleet, check this ship, it's 0. So our heroes don't cost anything to add to the battle. They're free. However, they can't go to bounty missions. So we can't send them on these bounty missions. We can probably send them in simulators, I believe. And they're part of story missions. But no bounty missions. So for the extra resources, you gotta use your other ships, like these guys, which will also cost some deployment. In this case, 12 energy. So you're gonna have to balance your resources out a little bit. So, you can go ahead and look at these different ones. You can also keep an eye on here. This is your movement. These blue orbs here are your movements, and these are your actions. So, for instance, our gunships, like these guys here, Now they can move 1 but have 3 actions, and these explorers are these scouts. They can move 3 but only have 1 action. Then you have the kind of, these are Alliance Rangers. These are escort classes. So these are fighter classes. You can see right here. These are fighter classes. Light fighter, heavy fighter. You have your escort class. You have your frigate capital class, and then your Morning Star cruiser capital class. Look at this. This is whole 55. So we got plenty of armor. 25 shield, 20 shield. Like, these guys got lots of armor and stuff. These guys, no shields whatsoever. 14. The 25, like, you can see where the value of these ships go, but you can also see the cost per use. 40, 22, 8, 12, 2. These guys cost 2 to send out. 2. They're scouts, mind you, but they're so cheap to send out. And they're some of the cheapest things in the game. They're only 210. So you can go to research next. This is where you unlock different things. You unlock things for your fighters, for your escorts, and your capital ships. So, for instance, I can go to fighters, I can go to my scout ships, and I can unlock these different abilities for them. Right here, move point, upgrade fighter engines, increases scout movement to 4. I can go to combat upgrades on this side and go, look at this, upgrade ship reactor core, increases scout actions to 2. This way all your scouts will become movement 3, actions 2. See? These upgrades can really change the way you play your game. Now these are gunships, so you can see that it's per ship. Now here's the thing. These are really expensive. You're looking at 700 points here for data. It costs you 500 for this particular one, or for this particular one. So these are really big deals. Then of course for this, minigun damage boost, upgrade ammunition, increase minigun damage by 1. Only costs 100. This is 5 times more than this is. And this will cost you 150. So like, these two combined don't even equal up to what this one is. So you gotta really look at those costs when you're researching stuff, unlocking things. You also see that each thing has different tech trees to it. This one, like, engage engine boost, upgrade drive core, increase gunship move range to 4. So now it can move further. Once again, cost 500. Really expensive. Yeah, so you gotta keep an eye on that. These up the higher ones up here are the ones that are gonna cost a lot less. So basically it's like 50, 100, 150, 250, 500, and they're all lined up that way. So the further down the tree it is, the more costly it is. Escort, look at the same stuff. Initiative boost, yep. You look at all this stuff. I'm curious if the Steelclads has any heavy autocannon damage boost. Additional armor plating. This is the shield boost, shield boost, shield boost, shield boost. Accuracy boost. Auto turret to upgrade Steelclad turrets, enhance the damage. Action points, turbo. See? You see here, they don't have the ability to upgrade their movement, just action. So there's different things, different ships have different abilities. You gotta keep that in mind when you're doing your look at the research stuff. Seeker missiles. Enhance ammunition to seeker missiles to 4. Increase ammunition to heavy torpedoes to 3. Like, this is what you're going to be using to upgrade your stuff, make everything better, stronger, so on and so forth. Then you have equipment. What's equipment? Well, let's go to equipment. This is where you're going to go ahead and unlock different things. So, research tier armor 2 unlocks fighter, escorts, and capital armors to purchase in the store. So what does that mean? Alright, let's go to the store, shall we? So we go to store, buy ships, right? Go to our equipment. And here we go. Here's some trade stuff here. We come down here, you'll see there's twin barrel guns, explosive ammunition, all this other stuff. These are things you can add to your ships. So fighter shield generator, see, go here, you can see the stuff here, right? So shield generators will replenish shield matrix over time, but they draw a lot of power. It increases the deployment cost, but gives you +2 shield every turn. Like the escort ones, you can just see it all here, like what these are used for. You can actually see in the description like what ship is used for too, like designed for capital ships, designed for escorts. Escort armor, fighter armor, capital thrusters, escort thrusters. You can see it all through here. Some things I would like to see is, I wonder if long-barrel weapons modification increases the range of the ship's main guns at the cost of damage. See, each of these upgrades has some kind of drawback. So you kind of have to keep that in mind when you're building up your fleet and seeing what you want to do. 50 trade, good. Okay, so basically this looks like, yeah, you can trade energy for data. Basically this is our way of exchanging our resources. At a loss, of course. I'm seeing if fighter sensor probe. Remote probes can launch from the fighter to scout a local sector. There's a lot of nifty shield network. Shield networks add both shield power and regen, and grants overload shield at a high power cost. So these are things you can add to your ships. Battle computer. Battle computers increase the sensor range and accuracy of ships, but they drain a lot of power to use. 15 energy. Ion slugs. Like, there's a lot of things here you can really do. So if we go to our fleet, we got one of our guys. Equipment. No, I think there's a way to. Oh, fleet. Sorry, go fleet. Equipment. So if you click on these guys, you see equipment slot 1, 2, and 3, right? So there's 3 equipment slots. And if you go back to buy ships, for equipments, you can see that it says slot 1 or 2 only. You know, these are any slot, any slot, any slot. But if they say, you know, slot 1 or 2 only, right here, that means it can only be put in those slots. So you have to worry about that too, about where these different equipments can sit. Like this one is, there's one that's only, see, slot 3 only. So be careful what you're buying, where you're putting it. But this is how you can change around your equipment and your guys to be more of what you would like. So yeah, this is basically the way the game works and what you can do with it. So for now, we can go ahead and I'm gonna go to the ships. We're gonna go to fleets. We're gonna get some more ships. And yeah, let's see. I'm gonna try for some explorers. Let's buy 2 explorers. I think that's good. So we have 2 explorer ships. We have these guys. So like we have a decent group, right? And they have missions, go on missions, and do stuff. But yeah, I am total optional deployments 2, which I think these are optional missions. Optional deployments include both bounty and simulator missions. These are side quests that the fleet can undertake between story missions, but fleet resources and the passage of time limit the number that can be attempted. Optional deployments normally recharge after every successful story mission. So basically you can take 2 optional missions, so any of these, before you have to do a story mission. And then it'll have another number of however many you can do between story missions. That's how this game works. You keep the momentum going so you're not just like plowing through optional missions and then doing a story mission. But yeah, this is the game. This is your Ancient Frontier. Hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you would like to see more videos on this particular game, as per the usual, leave comments down below asking me to make more videos on it. This is the kind of game I wouldn't mind running through, but this particular video is just me showing it off. So I would start over from the beginning and play through the entire thing, showing you guys the game if you guys want me to play through it. But for now, this is ACryInShame signing out. So long everyone, I hope you enjoy the content that I'm creating. Also, if you could, tell me in the comments down below how the new sound is. I got new equipment and everything, so I'm gonna kind of feedback of, is this better than it was before? Alright, so for now, signing out. So long everyone. Thanks for watching. If you liked that video, go ahead the like button down below. If you'd like to see more videos like that one, hit the subscribe button. Also, for notifications, hit that bell. If you'd like to contact us, or just for chat, go ahead and check out our website, or Discord, or even our Twitter. All that's in the description down below. If you'd like to see us live, check out our Twitch channel, also in the description down below. Streaming days are listed on the website. But for now, this is ACryInShame, signing out. So long everyone.